Think AI is big now? Wait till you see what 2025 holds. From micro companies to AI native brands, it's set to redefine how we work, live, and connect. Here are 33 predictions for 2025 that lay out the coming AI dope.
Today we're looking ahead to AI in 2025, and let me tell you, some of these predictions are wild.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about massive shifts across industries, economies, even our social structures. Like, whoa.
Right, and we're not talking about like incremental changes. This is big stuff. So let's jump right in, and the first prediction we're going to tackle is the rise of this thing called shadow AI.
Shadow AI.
Yeah, so this is the idea that we're going to see employees using AI agents, like these really powerful AI tools to automate their work. But they're going to be doing it all in secret without telling their bosses.
Oh, wow. That is sneaky.
Yeah, super sneaky. Right? So what happens when, things go wrong?
Right.
Who's accountable? Is it the employee or the AI? And is it even like ethically okay to be doing your job using AI but not telling anybody?
Yeah, it's like, are there going to be rules about this?
Yeah.
It's going to get really murky. Super murky. It's like having this secret weapon that could totally backfire. Have you ever been tempted? I mean, I'm just curious. Have you ever thought about, using AI to like lighten your workload a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the tools are so readily available and everybody's under pressure to get things done. But that's why I think it's so important that we talk about this now, right?
Yeah.
We need to be having these conversations
Right.
to figure out what the guidelines are, what are the ethical frameworks before, everything just kind of explodes.
Absolutely. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about sales. There's this prediction that sales teams are going to shrink dramatically, like really dramatically, but quotas are going to double.
Really?
Yeah. So how does that even work?
Well, and this is what's so interesting about a lot of these AI predictions, right?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that AI is going to completely replace jobs.
Right.
It's that it's going to fundamentally change what work looks like.
Yeah.
So in this case, AI could end up handling a lot of the routine tasks in sales. Things like lead generation, data analysis. Yeah, all the stuff that nobody really wants to do anyway.
Exactly. Which then frees up, the human sales professionals to actually focus on building relationships, closing deals, that kind of thing.
So it's less about robots stealing jobs and more about humans and AI kind of teaming up.
Exactly. It's all about leveraging AI to make humans even better at what they do.
Hey, want our free AI dope top AI tools that we use? Chat below. It's our live Google Sheets packed with over 100 killer tools, video, music, photos, AI voices, productivity, script writing, YouTube hacks, captions, the works. Always growing. Live Google Sheet. Always free. AI, dope top AI tools that we use. Download and chat below. Back to the show.
Okay, get ready for this one. Experts are predicting that Super Bowl commercials in 2025 are going to be totally dominated by AI.
Really?
We're talking maybe 1 out of every 4 ads is going to be all about some AI feature or capability.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? The Super Bowl is the biggest stage for advertising, so if AI is front and center in those commercials, that means it's really gone mainstream.
Yeah, AI's arrived.
It's arrived. Big time. But there's a twist. Because along with this prediction, there's another one that says people are going to start seeking out AI-free products and services.
AI free. Yeah.
Yeah, AI-free. So it's almost like this craving for authenticity, right? Like a rejection of this hyper-efficient AI-driven world. What do you think about that?
I think there's something to that,
Yeah.
I think there's this fundamental human need for connection, for something real, something genuine. And in a world where AI can create these flawless personalized experiences, I think there's going to be a growing appreciation for all the imperfections and nuances that make us human.
Yeah.
The things that AI, at least for now, can't really replicate.
So the question is, would you actually pay more for a product or service just because it was human-made?
Wow.
Even if the AI alternative was objectively better in certain ways?
That's such a good question because it really challenges us to think differently about how we define value. I mean, we're so used to thinking that better equals more advanced, right? More technology. But what if, that human touch, what if that becomes the premium feature?
Right.
What if imperfection and authenticity become more desirable than, AI-generated perfection?
It's like saying, yeah, the AI can write a perfect blog post. But I'd rather read something written by a real person,
Totally.
even if it has a few typos.
Yeah, exactly. It's about valuing that human element, that unique perspective and voice that AI just can't capture, at least not yet.
Okay, this next prediction is going to blow your mind. Experts are saying that in 2025, we're going to be moving away from text-based prompting for AI.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's going to feel clunky and outdated.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think this just highlights how incredibly fast AI is evolving, right? I mean, think about how far we've come in just a few years. We've gone from, like, basic chatbots to these sophisticated language models that can write human-quality text, translate languages, even write code.
It's incredible.
It is incredible. So it's not hard to imagine that the way we interact with AI is just going to keep evolving rapidly.
Right.
So if text prompts are on their way out, what's next? I mean, are we talking brain-computer interfaces, telepathy? I don't even know. Yeah.
I know, right? It's mind-blowing to think about the possibilities. But I think the big takeaway here is that we are on the cusp of like a whole new era of human-computer interaction. And this is going to reshape everything, how we work, how we create, even how we think. And we need to be prepared for that. You know, we need to start understanding the implications now.
Absolutely.
Before it's too late.
And this is just the beginning, folks. We've got a lot more ground to cover in this deep dive, AI-powered investment funds, hyper-personalized apps, even something called outcome arbitrage, which sounds kind of ominous, if you ask me. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. So, you know, we were just talking about AI's potential to, like, totally reshape industries.
You create all these crazy opportunities.
But one of these predictions actually points to a potential downside. They're calling it a content crisis.
A content crisis.
Yeah, and the idea is that we're going to see this, like, flood of AI-generated content just, like, taking over the internet.
Oh, so it's, like, too much of a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine a world where anybody can just create like high-quality text, images, videos, all with just a few clicks. We're already seeing that with tools like ChatGPT and DALL-E 2, right?
Right.
But in 2025, this could become the norm. So then how do we even filter out the noise? You know, how do we find the content that's actually valuable and real in this sea of AI-generated stuff?
So it's not just about the quantity of content anymore. It's also about the quality. And, like, how do we even know what's real, what's authentic?
Yeah, and I think that's where human curation is going to become, like, even more important.
Yeah.
In a world where AI is generating, like, mountains of content, the ability to pick out the good stuff, you know, to contextualize it, to, like, elevate the things that are really insightful and meaningful, that's going to be a really valuable skill.
So almost like the rise of the AI editor or curator.
Exactly. You need somebody who can wade through all that, you know, the vast sea of information and be like, okay, here are the gems. This is what you actually need to pay attention to.
It's so interesting how AI could be like the cause of this content crisis and also the solution.
Right. I mean, it's going to be a wild ride.
Okay, so AI might flood us with all this content, but it could also empower people to become like these creative powerhouses.
No. Yeah.
One prediction talks about the rise of micro companies.
Micro companies.
Yeah, so the idea is that individuals are going to be able to use AI agents to like generate serious revenue. Wow. Eventually become like one-person businesses.
So instead of needing, you know, a whole team, a bunch of resources, you could have one person with powerful AI tools building a thriving business.
Exactly. It's like AI is going to democratize entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And open up all these new possibilities for people to like create and innovate. But it gets even more interesting. Experts are predicting we're going to see the emergence of these things called AI native brands.
AI native brands.
Yeah, so these are companies that are built from the ground up with AI baked into everything they do.
Wow. So it's not just about using AI for like, you know, marketing or customer service. It's about using AI to design the products, to manage the supply chain, even to make strategic decisions.
That's exactly it. Imagine a company that can use like real-time consumer data and AI algorithms to design products that perfectly meet, you know, people's changing needs.
Right.
And then they can like optimize their whole supply chain for maximum efficiency.
That's the power of an AI native brand. It's like next level stuff.
It really is. But all of this makes me think about education. how do we even prepare future generations for a world where AI is so, like, deeply woven into every aspect of life?
Oh, such an important question, right? And some of the predictions here are like really thought-provoking. Some experts are saying that education is going to split into two main tracks.
Two tracks.
Yeah. So you're going to have AI operators. These are going to be the people who are like really skilled at using AI tools, getting the most out of them. And then you're going to have the AI creators, the people who can actually design and develop the AI systems.
Oh, wow. So we need people who can use the tools and people who can build the tools.
Exactly. It's like two sides of the same coin. And, this prediction also suggests that, like, traditional coding boot camps could become totally obsolete.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because the focus is going to shift from, like, writing code to understanding how to, like, design and architect these really complex AI systems.
So less about mastering specific programming languages and more about, like, the big picture AI principles, like how to actually apply this stuff in the real world.
Exactly. And it goes even further. The prediction says that skills like product sense, user empathy, even critical thinking, these are going to become more important than like technical coding skills.
That's so interesting. So it's not just about building AI, it's about building AI that actually solves human problems.
Exactly. AI that makes our lives better.
Okay, now what about influencers? I mean, is AI generated video gonna like put human influencers out of business?
Oh man, that is the question, isn't it? One prediction suggests that as AI gets better and better at creating content, the ability to make like perfect polished videos, that's not going to be enough anymore.
Right. Anybody can do that with AI.
Exactly. So then what becomes the most valuable thing? Authenticity.
Authenticity.
Yeah. Imagine a world where anyone can create like flawless videos using AI. What's going to stand out?
The real people.
The real people.
Right.
With real thoughts, real feelings, real experiences.
So the influencers who can like really connect with their audience on a personal level, who can be vulnerable, who can show their true selves.
Those are the ones who are going to thrive. It's almost like a return to, the roots of influencer marketing.
Where it's all about building real relationships and trust.
Exactly. Okay, you ready for this?
Hit me.
Because we're about to enter like mind-bending territory.
Yeah.
These next predictions talk about AI agents being everywhere, the end of software updates as we know them, and even like a fundamental shift in what we think of as a company. Buckle up.
Okay, so we're back. And, we've talked about AI changing like everything from our jobs to Super Bowl commercials. But now we're going to get into some predictions that are like really out there. We're talking about blurring the lines between humans and AI. It's kind of freaky, kind of exciting,
Yeah, these last few predictions really make you think about like, what's the role of technology in our lives, Where do we fit in?
Exactly. So one prediction that I found really interesting is that browser extensions are going to become like the new app stores. But here's the thing. They're going to be powered by AI agents that like constantly adapt and learn.
Oh, wow. So it's not just like a static extension. It's like this intelligent thing that's always evolving.
Right. So instead of having all these separate apps for everything, you just have these smart extensions that are like seamlessly integrated into your browser.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. And it ties into another prediction, which is the end of like linear software development as we know it.
Wait, what? So no more software updates?
Yeah. Like imagine a world where your software is constantly evolving in the background. Thanks to these AI agents that are learning from your usage patterns.
That would be amazing. No more of those annoying update notifications.
Right. It's just seamless improvement. But what happens to coders in this scenario? I mean, if AI is writing like perfect code and constantly updating everything, does that mean coding just becomes obsolete?
Well, that's a good question. And I think the prediction here is that the focus is going to shift from writing code to like architecting and designing these really complex AI systems. So the code itself might become less valuable, but the ability to, understand user needs, design seamless experiences, create those robust AI architectures, that's going to be even more crucial.
So it's less about the nuts and bolts of coding and more about like the big picture thinking.
Yeah, exactly. It's about understanding how to harness the power of AI to solve real world problems.
Right, and create things that are actually valuable. But okay, let's talk about the potential downsides here. I mean, if AI becomes so deeply embedded in our lives, is there a risk that we're going to see like a new class divide emerge?
Between the people who can control the AI and the people who are controlled by it.
Exactly.
That's a really important point, and the predictions definitely address that. There is a real risk that AI could make existing inequalities worse, or even create new ones that we haven't even thought of yet. So we need to be really proactive about addressing those challenges.
Right, because AI should benefit everybody.
Exactly. It shouldn't just be for the privileged few.
So what can we do? I mean, how do we prepare ourselves and future generations for a world where AI is just, like, everywhere?
Well, I think it starts with education. We need to be teaching the skills that are going to be most valuable in an AI-driven world. Things like critical thinking, adaptability, creativity, and the ability to, collaborate effectively with AI systems.
So it's not about competing with AI, it's about learning to work alongside it.
Exactly. It's about finding that synergy.
Okay, speaking of collaboration, one of the predictions is that every major tech company is going to launch an AI co-pilot product.
An AI co-pilot.
Yeah, like, have you heard of this?
No.
So the idea is that you'll have AI seamlessly integrated into, like, your daily workflows. It'll help you with everything, from writing emails to analyzing data.
Oh, that's interesting. Like a personal assistant, but like way smarter.
Right, exactly. But here's the thing. The prediction also says that a lot of these co-pilot products are going to fail.
Yeah.
Because they're going to focus on, like, flashy features.
Yeah.
Instead of actually understanding how humans work.
Right, because it's not enough to just slap an AI label on something and call it a day. It has to actually be useful.
It has to make our lives easier and make us more productive.
Exactly.
Okay, last one. What about social interaction? Will AI change how we connect and communicate online?
Oh, definitely. One of the predictions talks about the rise of AI-native social networks.
AI-native social networks? What's that?
So imagine, like, these dynamically generated worlds that are constantly adapting to each user's interests. So you have this, like, constantly evolving personalized experience.
Wow, that's kind of mind-blowing.
I know, right? But it also makes you think, like, with AI generating so much content and tailoring everything to our preferences, how do we make sure that there's still authenticity, real genuine connection?
That's a good point, because if everything is, like, perfectly curated by AI, does that take away some of the human element of social interaction?
That's the challenge, right? As AI gets more sophisticated, our ability to tell the difference between, like, real human interaction and something that's been generated by AI, that's going to become super important. We might even see, like, the rise of authenticity influencers.
Authenticity influencers.
Yeah, people who can prove that they're real flesh and blood humans with, like, genuine thoughts and experiences.
Wow. So AI could make hyper-personalized experiences possible, but it could also make authenticity, like, a really valuable commodity.
Right. It's like this weird paradox.
It is. It's like AI is going to challenge us to think differently about everything, from how we work to how we connect with each other.
Absolutely. And that's why I think it's so important that we have these conversations now, that we start thinking about the implications of AI and how we want to shape the future.
Because it's coming whether we're ready or not.
It is. It's already here.
Wow.
Want more insight into coming AI tech? Be sure to click this next video to see our top 27 tech trends that experts predict will change things for all of us. Click here for more AI dope.